It's Saturday morning, and it is pretty early here on Saturday morning. I am 1 cup of coffee in, and I've been noodling something for a few days. And in this video, what I want to do, or this recording, I should say, I want to talk a little bit about joy. And I am not talking about my Aunt Joy, who was the stunt woman in Speed. The woman that jumped from one bus to the other. That was my Aunt Joy. She was the stunt woman. we are not going to talk about Joy outside of that comment that I just made about her. But I do want to talk about the emotion of joy. And this is something that is very much in line with things that we've been talking about here on the channel as we've explored various emotions and the impact that these emotions can have either positively or negatively on comic book collectors. And so I want to continue in that vein to talk about these different emotions because I think it's fun. I think it's fun to kind of explore these things. And I want to talk a little bit about like comments that I receive from people. There are a lot of folks that reach out to me that are like, hey, you create a lot of content. How do you do that? They're like, I don't know how you create so much content. People are like, I struggle with watching all of the content you put out. I can't imagine how you create all of the content. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how I do it either. Completely honest, I don't know how I do it either. I create a goal for myself, for my channel, and then I just put my head down and I work. And I occasionally peek my head up and I ask myself some questions around, does this make sense? And if the answer is yes, I put my head down and I work. And if the answer is no, I make some adjustments. But I do what has to be done. I consider myself to be a workhorse. I consider myself to be someone that actually performs under pressure. I do better when I have more stuff to do and I just do what has to be done. But I will tell you, there are moments where I think that someone is trying to steal my joy. When I create videos, I honestly spend time thinking about how this video is going to help someone else. I spend time thinking about how this video is going to entertain or inform someone of something. I like to have a nice exchange of your time for value that I am giving you. And when I read comments from people that are like, hey, this video helped me. This video improved my understanding of this topic or this point, or I didn't know this before you said it, or I knew it, but I had questions, and thank you for explaining it to me. I find so much joy in reading those types of comments because that's my goal, right? My goal is to create content that helps people. That, at the end of the day, is part of what motivates me to continue putting out this type of content. It is what motivates me to stay up late at night to create videos, to edit videos, to brainstorm different ideas. This is what motivates me. It is what motivates me to read literally 95% of comments that people leave behind. This is what motivates me. People always say, you're probably not going to read this. And they'll send me a note. I'm like, why would I not read it? You sent a note. You watch my video, you sent me a message, or you made a comment. Yeah, I'm going to respond because I think that that's the exchange, right? I give a little, you give a little. That is the exchange that we agree to, at least in my mind. If a phone rings, I answer it. That is just how my mind works. And I hope that never actually changes. I hope that it never actually changes. And it's like, I've had people at work that will say things about me. And this is over the course of my career, right? And other people will hear what they will say. And though the folks that are hearing it will like, no, that didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. And they know that certain things don't happen because I am very consistent in the things that I do. Right? I am very consistent in the things that I do. Again, because I'm a workhorse. I put my head down. I do the work that has to be done. If someone is like, Reggie didn't respond to me. Is he sick? Is he sick? Is he off? Is he not working today? Because that's typically why he won't respond. But rest assured, even if he is off, he will probably respond. My point is that I'm very consistent in the things that I do, and that gives people a lot of comfort because of that, right? But there are comments that are not positive comments that are left on my videos. There are not so positive emails and things like that that people actually send me where I think that people are trying to steal my joy. And I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what's in these people's hearts when they make the comments that they do, when they send the messages that they do. I don't know what's in their heart. I don't know what their actual intent is. In many cases, they say that their intent is positive, but I don't know that to be true or to be false. But in many ways, I can tell you, I think that those comments are trying to steal my joy. But here's the thing about me is that I am a workhorse. I continue to do what I do because there are more people that find joy with the things that I do than those that don't. People are like, how do you deal with the thumbs down? I don't see them. I don't see them. My computer does not display thumbs down. No, seriously, the truth of the matter is that I see the thumbs down. I see the negative comments. And do they affect me? Yes, they do affect me. But clearly, someone has a point of view. They have a message that they want me to hear. They have something that they want to say where they don't agree with me. And you know what? That's actually okay. It is actually okay that someone gives a thumbs down to a video. It does not affect me to the point where I don't want to create content. Let's put it that way, right? The comments that people leave behind that I don't think are very positive, they do affect me. I can't say that they don't. I read them. And then what I try to do is I try to take from that comment some type of positive, if there is some positive there, right? I had somebody tell me that I don't know how to spell my name. There wasn't very much positive in that comment at all, right? For me to distill something from it. But sometimes in the comments that people make, there is something there that I can actually use. There was a person several months ago that told me that basically my thumbnails were ugly. This person basically said, your videos pop up in my feed and I don't automatically think about comics when I see your thumbnails for your videos. You need to do a better job of making them comic related. And I thought about that. I read that comment and I was mad because I had spent a lot of time actually working on those thumbnails. I thought that I was doing a good job, but what I realized was that the person was actually right. What I realized was that the person was actually correct. And I don't know if they were actually trying to help me. I don't know if they were trying to steal my joy. I don't know if they were like, this is what's on my heart, so I'm just going to make this comment and I don't really care how it lands. But while I don't know the intent of what they said, it actually helped me. I was able to extract from that comment some positive that actually helped me do better. And as a result, you've seen the thumbnails for this channel get better. The red thumbnail that you see was the direct result of a negative comment that someone left behind for me. My point here is that sometimes if someone is trying or not trying to steal your joy, they may or may not actually be able to help you if you can find some value in what they are saying. Now, why am I bringing this up? Am I bringing this up because I want to convince you to only say positive things on my videos? Am I saying this because I only want you to give my videos thumbs up? That's not necessarily the case, right? I want you as people to be who you are. I want you as people to be who you are. If you don't like the video, say you don't like the video. I'm actually okay with that. I don't want yes, man. I don't want people that just agree with me because they think that that's what I want, right? I would prefer that people be honest because in that honesty, again, I have found ways to find value, right? And again, the comments, the negative, the feedback that is negative, does it impact me? Yeah, for a little while, but then I try to as best I can. As a creator that has been in this game for a couple of years, I try to distill some value from it. I try to find out whether they are trying to help me or not, or whether there's something I can do to actually improve, because there's always ways to improve. But sometimes there are comments, again, that I can't do anything with, and that's okay too, right? But what I am urging people to do out there is to think about those content creators that are not necessarily like me, that are maybe new to creating content for YouTube. Think about how those negative comments, those hurtful comments, can potentially land on someone that is putting themselves out there for the very first time. And there are a lot of new comic book creators that are out there that are making new content, that are just now creating a couple of videos. And those negative comments that attempt or may steal their joy might result in those people not creating content. The conversations that you have with one another as peers that are negative can sometimes prevent one of your peers from actually doing something that will actually bring them joy. I have people that reach out to me that are like, hey, Reggie, I'm thinking about doing this, but everybody around me says that it's a horrible idea. Or I reached out to a friend and I pitched the idea to a friend, and a friend was like, this is just a horrible idea. I don't think you should ever do it. Is that friend trying to help them, or is that friend trying to steal their joy? Right. And at the end of the day, I don't know that. Right. So I think that we have to ask ourselves, what is our motivation as people that consume this content, as people that engage with other people? What is our intent? What are we actually trying to do by leaving that comment behind, by sending that message, by delivering this point of view? What are we trying to accomplish? What is in our heart? Are we trying to help people? Are we trying to build people up? Or are we trying to tear people down? That is part of what we have to ask ourselves. We have to stop and think, what is the point of this message that I am about to send? How do I want someone else to receive this message? Because the truth is, it's not necessarily the what, but the how. You can provide feedback to someone in a manner that allows them to actually see it as constructive feedback versus negative commentary that may be received in a negative way. If your goal is to help someone, ask yourself, is my message delivered in such a way that this person can receive it with the proper intent? This is one of the early lessons that I learned in business. It's not the what, it's the how. It's not what you say, but how you say it. It is the tone in which you deliver a message. And emails and messages absolutely have a tone. They absolutely have a tone. And if you are angry when you are writing a message, that message will be heard with that angry voice. If that message that you are sending is designed to help someone, the care that you take to craft that message will be how that message is received. And the thing is that we don't always get it right. We don't always get it right. I see comments that come up on my videos and I'm like, is that person trying to be helpful or hurtful with that comment? And sometimes I will respond with a, help me to understand what you're trying to say here, right? Can you tell me more? What are you really trying to get at here, right? Because I don't want to go up the ladder in an emotional way. I don't want to go up to the ladder and think that someone is trying to attack me or saying something negative automatically. And part of it is that if you get enough comments, if you read enough comments and they're negative, you start to view things through that negative lens, and even things that are not negative are seen as negative because you're already sensitized to that kind of emotional state. You know what I'm saying? And so my hope is that this video gets people to actually ask themselves a couple of questions around what is it that I am actually trying to accomplish by sending this message. There are a couple of, in my opinion, well-known YouTubers that are out there that produce some really good content. NerdSync and Comics Explained, two guys that I thoroughly enjoy. I watch Comics Explained every day, literally every day. I watch stuff on his channel that I have no interest in watching because I like how he covers content and it brings me joy. You know what I'm saying? Both of these individuals, NerdSync, Comics Explained, both of these individuals actually suffer from depression. Both of these individuals suffer from depression. And rest assured that the negative comments that are left there, even though they are big YouTubers, affects them emotionally. And the question becomes, if you are leaving negative comments, if you are trolling people, do you want more or less content? If you want less content that is out there for you to consume for free, continue making negative comments, continue making hurtful comments, continue making comments that don't consider the how along with the what. Keep doing that, because what will happen is that people will stop creating content. And that is true. If people steal the joy of others, it will result in people pulling back, because people try to protect themselves, as they should. And people that suffer from depression or don't suffer from depression are affected emotionally by negative things. There's no doubt about that. There is no doubt. So ask yourself, when you leave that comment, why are you leaving that comment? What are you actually trying to accomplish by leaving this comment behind? Are you trying to help, or are you trying to hurt? And sometimes the best thing that you can do is to not make a comment. Or if you have constructive feedback to provide to someone and you are really trying to help that person, send them a message. Send them a private message and say, hey, here's what I was thinking, or hey, here's a suggestion for you. If that is really your intent. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little different, but very much in line with things that I do here on the channel. And again, this is not about trying to encourage you guys to leave only positive comments behind for me, because as I've mentioned, there are comments that are neutral, that are negative, whatever, that are left on my videos that I honestly do find value in. I think that you should continue to do what you think is the right thing to do, because I honestly don't know what is in your heart. But my goal with this channel and all things is to try to put some things out there for people to consider and to think about, because sometimes, because of our experiences, we don't always appreciate another person's point of view. And so what I am trying to do is to represent the point of view of other folks that are out there that are trying to do good, that are trying to create content, that are trying to enhance this hobby. And I want folks to understand how some of the things that they do can impact those people. If we want this to be a hobby that continues to grow and develop, one that is supportive, then I think that we have to be good ambassadors. And good ambassadors are always thinking about the interactions that they have with people. You have to stop, you have to think, you have to ask yourself, what am I trying to accomplish? But with that, I do want to wrap this video up, but I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed it, I want to encourage you to leave a comment behind and let me know what you actually think. Let me know what you actually think. And if you guys need to reach out to me, you can do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. And if you need to send me an email, you can do that as well at Reggie@RegieCollects.com. If you're feeling frisky, I encourage you to head over to the website, RegieCollects.com. If you need me, I am not too hard to find. Take care.